The nurse call echoes again, for the third time this hour. It's coming from somewhere down the hallway, a place that should be empty. You freeze. The lights flicker once, and a metallic scent seeps into your nose. It smells like blood. Welcome to Level 44 Eta, the hospital that shouldn't exist. Level 44 Eta is one of the more deceptive layers of the Backrooms, unassuming at first glance, but saturated with an eerie menace that builds with every passing moment. Its architecture resembles a mid-20th century hospital, and yet, it feels untethered from any specific era. From the faint hum of flickering yellow fluorescent lights overhead to the disconcertingly sterile hallways and tiled floors that stretch endlessly into shadows, everything about this level whispers unease. This level typically spans 3 to 4 floors, with each successive level upward seeming to offer a marginal increase in safety. The upper floors are quieter, less cluttered, and slightly more navigable, but even there, one must never let their guard down. Humidity permeates every corridor and room, coating surfaces in a thin, sticky film. The temperature stays uncomfortably stable at around 27 degrees Celsius, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, enough to induce sweat with even the slightest exertion. Supplies, while occasionally found in hospital rooms, gauze, water bottles, abandoned clipboards, are often too sparse or compromised to sustain long-term habitation. And due to the consistently high moisture levels, spoilage and corrosion are serious concerns. Travelers should treat Level 44 Eta not as a place to rest, but a zone to escape, quickly and cautiously. Phenomena in Level 44 Eta, a summary of the unexplainable. No dangerous entities have been conclusively identified in this level. That alone sets Level 44 Eta apart from many other backroom zones. But the safety is an illusion. What this level lacks in creatures, it compensates for with events, unpredictable, terrifying, and increasingly dangerous the longer one remains. These are not phenomena that follow logical rules. They operate in accordance with a rhythm known only to the level itself. Below is a partial list of the most notorious manifestations experienced in Level 44 Eta. 1. The nurse call. It starts subtly, a low chime, distorted through distance. You might hear it once and dismiss it. But soon, it becomes rhythmic, insistent. The nurse call tone is most often heard on the first floor but, with prolonged exposure to the level, begins echoing even in higher areas. Every instance of this sound is a warning. The calls originate from shadowed corners where light refuses to reach. Near these locations, wanderers often describe an overwhelming scent, thick, coppery, and unmistakably bloody. Sometimes, if one listens closely, they can hear the wet sound of chewing, something inhuman, patient, and hungry. Numerous accounts describe the moment a traveler attempts to investigate the origin of a call. They vanish. A scream, a final footstep, a blur, and they're gone. In their place, smeared across the tiled floor, a pool of dark blood, often corrosive in nature. Survivors speak of a cold draft that blows from the affected rooms after such disappearances, as if the room is exhaling. No one who stepped directly toward the sound has ever returned. 2. Patient call lights. Simultaneous to nurse call events, red call lights begin to flicker above doors on all floors, particularly above toilets, storage closets, and patient rooms. Most such rooms are dim or completely dark. The doors, often sealed shut or just barely ajar, seem to beckon the curious. And yet, entering one of these spaces is unwise. Reports suggest immediate onset of psychological disturbances upon stepping inside. Hallucinations, both visual and auditory, take hold within seconds. Travelers speak of crying voices, children asking for help, or walls that appear to breathe. Depression, disorientation, and psychosis have all been reported from those who linger too long. Because each person reports a different sensory breakdown, the true contents of these rooms remain unknown. Some believe they are traps. Others claim they're fractured realities, portals to other layers or broken memories trying to manifest. Whatever the truth, one rule holds above all: if the red light is blinking, walk the other way. 3. Hospital staff that shouldn't be. Rarely, though perhaps not rarely enough, entities resembling hospital staff will manifest in Level 44 Eta. They may appear suddenly in doorways or at the end of hallways. Always dressed in faded white coats or nurse uniforms, their faces are impossible to make out. Shrouded in shadow, even under direct light, their features remain hidden, as though the darkness clings to them. They never speak. They do not chase. But their presence is enough to unravel even the most hardened wanderers. These figures appear most often behind the unwary, standing silently at the edge of perception. Survivors report seeing them reflected in the glass of medicine cabinets or catching glimpses in the corner of their vision. When turned to face, the entities vanish without a sound, but not without a mark. The experience often leaves the witness feeling watched, shaken, or in the worst cases, emotionally shattered. Some researchers speculate that these staff are not hostile, only bound to the level's cycles. But others insist they are warning signs, psychological precursors to the onset of more dangerous phenomena. Either way, interaction should be avoided. No patients have ever been seen in level 44 Eta. The implication is unclear. Has the hospital never had any? Or did something remove them all? A distorted timeline, level 44 Eta's reality breakdown. Perhaps the most disconcerting trait of level 44 Eta is its fractured sense of time. This is not metaphorical, it is literal. The level seems to fold multiple eras together into a singular moment. In one hallway, you might pass by an abandoned CRT terminal on a rusted cart. In the next, a gleaming flat-screen monitor, still flickering with unread medical data. Outlets are mismatched, signage switches between modern typography and handwriting, and clocks, when present, tick in reverse or in jagged stutters. Digital watches, smartphones, and other timekeeping tools frequently malfunction. Some devices freeze, others jump hours ahead or display nonsensical characters. Travelers relying on tech to track their stay often lose all sense of duration, which only worsens mental strain. In extreme cases, wanderers have reported spending weeks on this level only to discover it was minutes. Others claim to have blacked out and reawakened with grown-out hair, longer fingernails, or healed injuries. Whether time dilates, contracts, or loops entirely is unknown. The lure of sleep, and its dangers. Within most patient rooms are hospital beds. Plain, off-white, with stiff sheets and cold metal frames. Strangely, these beds are not only intact but often perfectly made, as if awaiting their next occupant. Many who have attempted to sleep on them describe an almost supernatural comfort, rest deeper and more rejuvenating than anything they've experienced since entering the backrooms. Some have even recovered from minor injuries or felt mental clarity afterward. But this respite comes with risks. There are stories, dozens, maybe more, of wanderers awakening from one of these restful slumbers to find they are not alone. Hospital staff figures surrounding the bed. Standing still. Watching. Never moving until the subject makes eye contact, at which point they vanish, leaving the sleeper cold, disoriented, and deeply unsettled. More dangerously, sleeping in areas near active nurse calls has resulted in disappearances. Some never woke up. Others awoke mid-scream and reported nightmares of surgery without anesthetic, being wheeled into operating theaters that were pitch black, or being examined by faceless doctors with no hands. Safe sleep is possible on level 44 Eta, but only in select rooms, and never near a blinking light or echoing chime. Recommended behavior and exit strategy. The following safety guidelines are recommended for any explorer unfortunate enough to find themselves in level 44 Eta. Move upward, if possible, ascend to the top floors. Phenomena appear to decrease in frequency the higher you go. Avoid the calls, never approach a location where the nurse call is active. Leave the floor if necessary. Don't open doors with blinking lights, these rooms are unpredictable and mentally hazardous. Treat them as quarantined. Don't trust apparent staff, even if they seem benign, do not interact. Their presence indicates the level is aware of you. Monitor your mental state. If you begin to feel sadness, confusion, or detachment, seek brighter areas and do not sleep. Exit as soon as possible. There is no stable method of leaving level 44 Eta. Known successful escape methods include passing through hospital doors that suddenly appear ajar in bright rooms, taking elevators that do not correspond to any known floor layout, closing your eyes in a safe space and concentrating on a previous level. Each escape seems to require a unique condition or timing. There is no universal pattern. Final thoughts. Level 44 Eta is a study in contradiction, a place that mimics safety while eroding the mind. Unlike levels infested with violent entities, it operates on psychological destabilization. It offers rest that cannot be trusted, silence that breeds hallucinations, and structure that bends to a logic. Whether it is a remnant of something once real, a hospital long forgotten, or a psychic construct feeding on human fragility remains unclear. But one thing is certain: if you hear the nurse call ringing in the dark, don't answer. Someone, or something, already has.